Was your team able to make it to the final four of the competition? Put that in the comment section. It's really, really important right now. If your team was able to make it to the final four of the competition, that's the World Cup. Right now, the final four of the World Cup is the Argentina national team, France, Spain, and England. Right now, these are the final four of the competition right now. You know, the semi-finals, they are not point of elimination right now. It's either you play in the third place or you qualify to the final. So no one is going to get eliminated right now, and we are at the serious deal of the World Cup. This is where we determine the winner of the World Cup. So is Argentina going to qualify to the final? Is it Spain? Is it France? Or is it DAS? I was about to say Portugal. Don't know if Portugal didn't qualify even to the quarterfinals of the competition. I'm sorry. So, or England. These teams who is supposed to qualify to the next stage of the competition. This is Mr. Marvel Sports, and here we talk about major football analysis, tactical breakdown, and everything you are supposed to know about the game. And it is and common. You make sure you like, subscribe, and you put us on post notifications so we drop a content. You'll be the first person to view. I will always say and say it, when you are working very harder and someone pushes you in emotional aspect, financial aspect, it really helps. For me, I don't need a financial aspect or the emotional aspect. I just need the subscription aspect. This is what really pushes me to work harder. I think after the Argentine game, I have to sit down, shoot for you guys to come and watch and enjoy my content. As always, here we are going to talk the truth. It's not about sentiment. We talk about football, anything football, something very natural. We talk about the facts here, what you are supposed to know. Yes, it's not that I'm a fan of this person, so I'm going to talk good things about the person. Or is it the person isn't doing well, we sit there and we talk about the person. So yes, make sure you like, subscribe, and put us on post notification. Now, the interesting part of this World Cup has been the beginning of the World Cup. It seems plenty people had their favorite. I remember I had to talk to a few number of people, and someone like they believe the football gods are going to reward Cristiano Ronaldo the World Cup because he has tried his possible best the Portuguese national team. And at the end of the day, this same Portuguese national team couldn't even qualify to the quarterfinals of the competition. That shows how the World Cup really works. World Cup need any easy competition, so you just have to work very harder to merit that. So right now, these are the final four, and on Tuesday we're having a blockbuster between the Spanish national team and also the French national team. Interesting. Mbappe versus Lamine Yamal. Who is going to take the day? Who is going to qualify? Sorry. Who is going to qualify to the next stage of the competition? That's the most important thing right now. So Mbappe, Lamine Yamal, who is going to qualify to the next stage of the competition, that's the grand finale of the World Cup, and Lionel Messi and Harry Kane, who is going to qualify to the final. That's on Wednesday. So we are going to determine those who qualify to the final and those who are going to stay in the third place and compete for the third place slot. That will be determined on Tuesday and also on Wednesday. So you have to join us. We'll bring you analysis on that. But I enjoy the English national team today. I just feel like at this point everyone has understood why Thomas Tuchel decided to go in with a preferred squad. He wanted one thing is he wanted to build a rigid system where players will be given rules to perform. He didn't want to accommodate a lot of stars into his setup. That's one thing Thomas Tuchel didn't want to do prior to the World Cup. And after his selection, he was being backlashed. And I did a video on TikTok and I was like, what Tuchel did? If he starts winning, everyone is not going to talk about what Thomas Tuchel or Kupama not going to the World Cup or Phil Foden not going to the World Cup. But everyone is going to talk about the performance of the English national team. So it's two things. It's whether either the thing succeed or it backfires. And as it stands, the English national team keeps winning. And no one has anything to talk about the selection or the squad list Thomas Tuchel sent to the World Cup. And it's very interesting how far he has brought the English national team. I think this is his debut World Cup as a manager, and he has done really well qualifying the English national team as part of the final four. But today against the Norwegian national team, I think the Norwegian national team came into the game with that resilience nature, with that fighting spirit. They understood the fact that competing against the English national team looks impossible in terms of quality, but they came into the game as an underdogs and brought in the Viking mentality I talked about in the morning. I mean, let's work for our leaders. So they agreed the fact like someone like Nusa, someone like Soloth, someone like Haaland, these are the leaders of our team. So me as Sandy Birch, me as Patrick Birch, we have to work very harder for these players. And at the end of the day, if we are able to qualify to the next stage of the competition, they are going to embrace these names. So they are working very harder to suit these players, and they did very well. How they dragged the English national team to the extra time of the competition or of the game was really interesting tonight. And I think the English national team, their side, there were major errors Thomas Tuchel did. Yes, they worked very hard on the pitch, but the thing is, Thomas Tuchel, dropping or substituting Das Declan Rice to bring in Eberechi was one thing I think he didn't do right. To me, he didn't do right because I just feel Declan Rice really complements Das Elliot Anderson very well in terms of the midfield structure. He complements him very well. You know, they are two all-round midfielders who complement each other. So mostly Declan Rice will sit deep and be the deep sitting midfielder, and also Das Elliot Anderson will be the deep sitting playmaker or the controller in the midfield. So he's having the profile of a bit of a controller, a bit of a destroyer, and also a ball progressor. That's one thing about Elliot Anderson. The only difference between Elliot and Declan Rice is Elliot is a good passer with the ball compared to Declan Rice, but they complement themselves very well. So far in the World Cup, they've been good. So after bringing in, I think Eberechi Eze, Jude Bellingham has to drop deep and join Declan Rice. That's Elliot Anderson in the midfield, and it wasn't looking sharp because Bellingham is very good in space invasion. When you give Bellingham a role in the deep areas, you limit him a lot because he's very good when he enters into the penalty box, and he proved that today with that 2 goals he scored. Obibeka said Bellingham was a team grabber. Yes, he's very good when he invades the ball. So he's a proper box invasion. So Harry Kane draws deep as a decoy and creates distraction in terms of the 2 centre halves of the Norwegian national team. And Jude Bellingham will operate as with the third man runs into the box and score the goals like he did today. So bringing Jude Bellingham into the game, into the midfield, limited the efficiency of Jude Bellingham in the advanced areas because he has to drop deep for someone like Eberechi to play in the advanced areas. But he realized that early and brought in, that is Reece James. Bringing in Reece James means the freedom of Jude Bellingham to operate in advanced areas so that Eberechi Eze will occupy the wings and Reece James will be part of the midfield. That was one thing Thomas Tuchel realized earlier and worked on that. So above all, it was an interesting game. The English national team proved with experience and also with quality ahead of the Norwegian national team. The Norwegian national team at the extra time, the only thing the English national team had above them was the experience they lacked in the extra time. That's the only thing the English national team had above the Norwegian national team at the end of the day. Now, let's go to the Argentine side. The Argentine national team does not look a bit sharp, but the truth is, they always find ways and means to win. And I think it's about time we accepted the fact that no one is rigging the World Cup for the Argentine national team. Yes, no one is rigging the World Cup for the Argentine national team. I think after the red card of Embolo, I went on Twitter and I saw a lot of people saying it's upset, it's disgusting, whatever is going on. But clearly, we know the rules. Before the World Cup, there was amendment concerning the VAR rules that VAR is going to review yellow card. And yes, they are applying the rules. So if they apply the rules on certain teams, you people don't talk anything about it. But when it's the Argentine national team, FIFA is at their back, is being rigged, and I don't understand the whole thing. It doesn't make sense anywhere. So to me, no one is trying to rig the World Cup for the Argentine national team. They are just working very hard, but they don't just look sharp. The Argentine national team, even before the red card, the better side in terms of the control of the game was the Swiss side. They were controlling the game. The Argentine national team was on a conservative approach hoping for a transitional method to Lionel Messi, and also they find ways and means to put the ball into the net. So that conservative approach and how they left spaces in between them made the Swiss equalize the goal, and unfortunately the red card turned the game upside down, which took the game into the extra time. The Argentine national team had to win by a 3-1. But they don't look sharp, and I feel against England, Sebastian Scaloni should be careful, because the English national team too, they are very sharp in terms of attack, because if you leave a lot of spaces, there's Harry Kane, there's Jude Bellingham, who's going to cause a lot of trouble for you. And I just think the decision making is becoming more on dependence on Lionel Messi, and it's not really helping, because in 2022, one secret factor the Argentine national team had was the presence of Angel Di Maria in the setup. Di Maria offered something as part of being the second man to Lionel Messi in terms of decision making on the pitch. So if Lionel Messi, gets overcrowded and the decision making become tougher for him, there's Angel Di Maria who is there to decide the game. And I think right now it has become only Lionel Messi, and when the game becomes tougher, they rely on him to do that. And I think that isn't sustainable, because Lionel Messi is not going to get his day as always. There are sometimes some players are supposed to decide the game. And I was very happy even in the extra time, player like Julian Alvarez started coming into the game, and he even scored a goal, because previously Julian Alvarez was suffering with bad form after the injury he suffered during the Arsenal game against Atletico Madrid against Arsenal. He wasn't looking sharp in the World Cup. So this is the first goal of the World Cup Julian Alvarez had against the Swiss national team, and I think it's going to be a confidence booster for Julian Alvarez as a player. It's very important for him to have that confidence booster. It's going to help Julian Alvarez as a player to proceed, because it was becoming dependency on Lionel Messi, and I just feel at this point some of the players have started to step up. But in the semi-finals, Argentina has to do a lot to be able to beat the English national team. Tactically, they're having a manager like Thomas Tuchel on bench who can twist the game tactically in any sense. So Lionel Sebastian Scaloni, I know the players are having the fighting spirit to fight for Lionel Messi to be able to reach the second consecutive final, but the thing is, against the English national team, maybe you can get away with Cabo Verde, with the Egyptian national team, with also the Swiss national team, but against the English national team, it's about minimizing errors against the English national team. The more you make errors, the more you give players like Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Noni Madueke, Anthony Gordon to create and score. So it's about minimizing chances against the English national team. The performance overall concerning the Argentine national team was not that impressive, but the most important win is still qualifying and being part of the final four. Lionel Messi wasn't sharp today, but he was able to get an assist today against the Swiss national team, and it was really important. But this whatever went on concerning the games tonight, the English national team qualifying against the Norwegian national team and the Argentine national team against the Swiss national team. If there is any update, I'm going to bring it. This is Mr. Man for Sports. I'll urge you to like, subscribe, and put us on post notification so when we drop a content to be the first person to view, and make sure you watch the video in full, because we give you more details of what you are supposed to know in football. I'm out.